it is time for another dive, going out for lobster once again. This is my first day dive of the season, and also not a very common dive for me. I'm solo diving today. I know it's not recommended, and I do vouch for a buddy at least, but I'm very familiar with the area, and I'm gonna try to do a quick session before I have to do some other stuff today. So yeah, we're gonna go out, or I'm gonna go out, hopefully grab some bugs, get out, and then go about my day. But yeah, conditions are looking really good. 0 to 1 foot surf, visibility reports anywhere from 10 to 15 feet. Yeah, and I like day diving for lobster. I enjoy the ocean, and being able to see everything is really nice. And grabbing lobster is a plus. But this early in the season, I'm very ambitious, I guess. But yes, and also if you haven't already, check out the shirts. I have shirts still available. They're running short on this particular design. And just a reminder, this shirts go and support the myself, but also the artists that I collaborate with. So check them out. Once they're gone, and then I'll have a new design up for y'all in a bit. So anyway, thank you for watching. Let's go dive. And here we are at the water, and you may notice I'm missing something. That's my right dive glove, my lobster glove. And unfortunately, between the distance between the car and the dive spot, I must have dropped it and the surf took it away. Now how I know that is because I did have the 2 gloves at the car, and amateur mistake, I was hugging the other glove and the booties and things underneath my armpit area, kind of tucking it close to the chest, and I must have dropped it on the way there, and the surf took it away because I went back to go check, retrace my steps, and I couldn't find it. So here I am, lobster diving with one hand, really usable hand, at least when it comes to grabbing lobster, which is a big disadvantage, as you'll soon find out. But as you can see here, conditions were absolutely amazing still. Water was beautiful, 15 plus feet. Surf was about 1.5 feet this day, and a little choppier close to the rocks where I was at. But overall, a beautiful day in the water. Really bummed, but a big tip I would say, it's so simple: don't put your booties in your fins if possible. I've had it come out once too. I try to keep it in my lobster bag, so up until getting to the spot, I put everything in my lobster bag so I know it's not going to come out, and then put all my stuff there. So just a small tip. I know it's a very simple thing, but it helps a ton. And I will be testing out this new light I got from Orchid Torch. I'll do a full review on it later on, but it's a zoomable light, which is really interesting. But anyway, here we are. Let's go dive. Two hands are better than one, at least when it comes to lobster diving especially. So I locate this lobster here. I go in with my left hand that has the glove on, and I'm trying to move and manipulate that lobster around so I can secure it with one hand. The idea is to grab the stem of the antennas and secure it there so I can measure it as well. And what I would normally do is pull it out halfway with 2 gloves on and then grab it with my right hand. But as you can see here, I go out with one hand. I feel like it's a good grip, and it is clearly not. Antenna rips off and it's gone. At this point, I'm thinking it'd be great to have a glove that you could just grab, stick the lobster, and pull it out like the Sticky Bandits.
We're the Sticky Bandits.
I spot another one and I go for it, Sorry for the awkward camera angles. I'm doing what I can, especially with one glove on. I have to spend extra time securing the lobster. What I would normally do is secure it slightly with one and then secure it for sure with the other. But what I'm doing here is reaching for the stem of those antennas, and the idea here is to, one, I can secure the lobster, it won't go anywhere, and also when it comes to measuring, I can measure it a bit easier. But you can see here, secured this one, grabbed it straight from the front. Yes, you'll probably get poked, and I was getting poked quite a bit from those horns, but I measure from between the eyes, make sure those eyes pop to the back of the carapace. This one is a keeper. Sorry for the bad camera angles, but this one is going into the bag. My first successful one-handed lobster. You might miss it. Check out these lobsters. There's a ton of them in this crack here. And this particular point was a very, very strong current area. Is in the shallows. And man, it was after a couple attempts at this crack, most of the lobsters have been gone, but I did notice that there was one that was sticking around, so I tried to go for it. There we go. I'm reaching in. I feel the lobster. There's a lot of dust getting kicked up, and you'll see more of it here, and I'm battling this lobster with one hand. And again, normally what I would do is go with the other hand once it's pulled out slightly, and then try to secure the carapace. But what I'm trying to do is get it in one go, so it takes a little bit more time than I would normally want. But I do end up securing it, and we do have a lobster, and this one does end up being short. And here are some general stats. 26 feet at the deepest, 1 minute and 3 seconds for the longest dive, 38 dives total, average with 14 feet. See that chart there. And in general, if you're going alone, try to keep it conservative, short, and let people know when you expect to be out of the water so they have a good tab on you. And here are some other stats from the dive. Y'all just wrapped up the dive. Remember to get your shirts, but we grabbed one keeper. Good size. Let's see if it's a male or female. It is a male. You can tell by the smaller fins on the bottom of the tail. Very nice. One keeper with one hand. We got one.